In 1973, a CIA director walked into his office and ordered the destruction of every file, every record, and every name connected to one of the most disturbing programs in American history. His people got to work immediately. They almost succeeded. It is 1953. The Cold War is at its most paranoid. American soldiers captured in Korea are coming home acting like different people, praising their captors, denouncing the United States. The CIA becomes convinced the Soviets have cracked the code on mind control. Their answer was MKUltra, approved by CIA Director Allen Dulles and run by a chemist named Sidney Gottlieb. The program had one goal: develop mind control before the enemy does. What followed was 20 years of illegal human experimentation on unwitting American citizens. The methods were brutal, erasing personalities through prolonged drug exposure, attempting to wipe memories clean using extreme sleep deprivation and electroshock, dosing unsuspecting civilians with LSD and hard narcotics without their knowledge or consent, sometimes in controlled settings, sometimes just to see what would happen. The subjects were not volunteers. They were mental patients, prisoners, and ordinary people who had no idea what was being done to them. Some never fully recovered. One CIA employee who was secretly dosed ended up dead 9 days later. The government called it suicide. His family never accepted that answer. This was not rogue agents acting alone. It was funded, organized, and sanctioned at the highest levels of American intelligence for 2 decades. By 1973, the political walls were closing in. Watergate had made Congress hungry for government secrets, and CIA Director Richard Helms knew MKUltra would not survive scrutiny. So he did not give it the chance. He ordered every file related to the program destroyed, immediately, thoroughly, across multiple facilities. His people shredded everything they could find. 2 years later, the Church Committee, a Senate investigation into CIA abuses, came looking. They found almost nothing. The agency told them records did not exist, and for all practical purposes, they were right. MKUltra was gone. Officially, it was history that had been successfully erased. For 2 years, that was the end of the story. In 1977, a Freedom of Information Act request forced the CIA to conduct a deeper search. This time, reaching into off-site storage facilities that had not been touched during the original purge. In a records building in Maryland, a researcher pulled a box that had been filed under budget documents. It should not have been there. It had nothing to do with budgets. Someone, at some point, had simply put it in the wrong place. Inside were roughly 20,000 pages, project files, experiment logs, financial records connecting the CIA to 80 institutions, universities, hospitals, prisons, Harvard, Stanford, Columbia. Organizations that had taken federal money to run experiments on people who never consented and were never told. Internal memos debating how far was too far, and then going further anyway. Everything the shredding order was meant to erase, preserved intact. Because one person filed something in the wrong cabinet. That box is the entire reason we know what we know. Without it, MKUltra would be a conspiracy theory. The kind of thing people say and nobody believes. With it, it is documented history. One misfiled box. That is the margin. The documents triggered a new round of Senate hearings in 1977. CIA Director Stansfield Turner sat before Congress and confirmed the program was real. Survivors and families finally had proof they were not lying, were not crazy, had not imagined it. It did not matter much. No one was charged. No one was prosecuted. The men who designed and ran MKUltra retired with their reputations and their pensions largely intact. The institutions that participated faced no legal consequences. The government issued a loose acknowledgement, a vague expression of regret, and moved on. The official position became, "It happened. It was wrong. It is over." But here is the thing about a shredding order that almost worked. Almost is not the same as did not. One box survived because of a filing error. 20,000 pages that were supposed to not exist. Sitting in the wrong drawer for 4 years until someone went looking. That is what accountability looked like. Not oversight, not whistleblowers, a clerical mistake. So the question worth asking is not what was in that box. It is what was in the ones they got to first.